Hello everyone and welcome to the map Reclamation, a 2v2 match to kick off today's highlight viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. Joining me here, the upper left quadrant of the map, team number 1 in this fine match. It will be the red Protoss, the Kaiser. Quality Nexus skin, might I add. Need to check out those flashing lights though, a little bit of a strobe light warning there. Their Protoss teammate, double Protoss trouble so far. Team number 1's blue probes, it is Red Devil. How unlucky, they got blue. That could have been perfect. Alright, team number 2. Continuing the faction trend so far, it's a teal Protoss, North Star. I like that image. Okay, fine. And finally, a non-Protoss player here, purple SCVs. It is Great Oz. So many Protoss, though. Good grief. Probes already causing a bit of trouble, bit of shenanigans. Terrans causing a bit of trouble, bit of shenanigans. No. Well, I guess that's how that's gonna go. Okay. Proxy barracks, unscouted so far. Blue, up to something, they sense it. Nobody, okay, so somebody did scout the Terran, saw no barracks, and has been checking around players here. People know what they're doing, okay. Blue really slapping the keyboard, 114 actions a minute there. Gotta make that cyber core, you know. Gotta make sure everything's good with that. Gonna find it? We find it. The probe will be gunned down. The barracks are spotted. The Marines reveal themselves. Is this why this game was sent in? Is it a fierce proxy attack? Is it a stout proxy defense? Nexus just about completed. Army units utterly lacking. Nexus will complete. We'll finish that out. Bunker's gonna be started. There's only 4 Marines here. Not a whole lot of support. Couple more will come from the reinforcing barracks there. Stalkers here to help out. Before the barracks is even completed, gosh, I think the Protoss might just clean up the attack. It's one thing to proxy one Protoss, okay? Count on only, one Stalker being there, but at this point, when you have 2 able to help each other out, one of Protoss's real weaknesses early on is numbers. They're just not able to get enough of their army units up, but when you have 2 of them together, that really does help out. The bunker's gonna complete, of course. SCV here to help repair. Oh, you're repairing the Stalker. Quit that. Quit helping your teammate. Look, you lost the SCV for that. You thought you were being nice, you were being helpful. Now your bunker's burning down. Your SCV's been killed off, and the Stalker, I'm sure, is still just gonna die, because they're not gonna get it out. So far, it is a hold, though. The blue Protoss really with the smarts here, the brains, throwing down a battery to help out. They will be fine. They will clean up the Marines. The the barracks will be lifted. One of them? Yeah, go to scout. Good. Good Terran move. Quality Terran here. Okay. Quality all around, really. Nobody seemed to panic. That's what impresses me the most. Nobody, pulled all the probes. We do have a little bit of an unemployment issue going on, but we'll get there. Okay. The probes, they do what they want at the end of the day, after all. A few Stalkers cleaning up. Proxy pylons, it looks like. North Star here trying to re-proxy the place that they knew the proxy was there before. Yeah. Because they wouldn't expect that. Surely not. There's Scouting Immortal. The Cyclones. I like that the Cyclones are following the Immortal. Okay. Buddy system. Fan club gained. 2 Immortals, actually, so... Team number 2 here, they're looking to do some damage, I think. This is a decent amount of army units. They're both kind of moving across the map, other sides of the map, though. This is a bit of an action-packed one. Okay, everybody's doing pretty well. The Kaiser just now taking their natural, though. The scouting barracks will find absolutely everything. Stalker Sentry here will make their move, make themselves known. There's 2 Cyclones for the defense, which is somewhere between not enough and sad. Okay, it's not going to work out very well. They're going to get one of the Stalkers. At least the Kaiser not going to have too much success there. Now, the issue is, of course, team number 2 has their forces across the other side. 4 Cyclones up here, and the bulk of the Protoss' army gunning down that battery. Beautiful force field, though, keeping the Immortals pinned, and then moving close enough that the Immortals can actually hit you. Wonderful. Singular pylon powering both of the gateways. The Cybercore will be shut down as well. It looks like plenty of Stalkers, though, to actually clean up everything. The issue is how much damage is this Immortal doing in the meantime. A few reinforcements are going to show up for Teal, who will be flanked by a single red Stalker. This Immortal racking up the kills, 5 so far and counting, focusing down a sentry. Not the best use of that plus versus armored. The Oracle's really going to help shut this down, because Immortals, the guns are too heavy. They can't actually lift them upwards. Oh yeah, 3 Immortals. Oh, you get those rocks. Yeah, how dare those rocks be in your way. I agree. Not the best time to throw down batteries when the Immortals are knocking on your front door here. They could probably just gun down the Nexus. Stalkers will show themselves. Oh, we got Blink. Look at my Blink Micro Indigos. I only lost 1 Stalker there. That was pretty good, actually. I'll give it to you. 2 Cyclones make their way here to help out with the defense. Trying to warp in on the high ground. Not looking too good for team number 1 right now, though. The army reinforcements are just a bit too strong for team 2. It's going to be up to the Blink Micro. Careful. Careful. Yeah, it's a bit much. 3 Immortals right here, plus any amount of Stalkers. I don't care how much Blink you have. It's going to be tough to deal with. They're going to gun down the Nexus, it looks like. Red does not have Blink, do they? No. No, they do not. And they're not really sure what they're wanting either. Avoider is a pretty good idea at this point to just help shut down the Immortal. The issue is everything else. The Cyclones, the Stalkers. This is a very action-packed match. Loving it. The Hurricane engines, or thrusters. I never remember what it's called anymore. It's gone back and forth so many times. Cyclone movement speed, we'll call it. +1 attack for those vehicles for the Terran, who so far has really just been committing to Cyclones. And the scouting barracks, somehow still alive. Props to the Immortal player, though. They're really trying here. I don't think there's enough anti-air. The Stalkers really need to take care of the Void Ray. The probes, boys, are pulled in Protoss fashion. Will help out with the defense at the expense of all of their little probe lives. The Void Ray still uncontested, blinking forward. The Cyclones show themselves, though. That aggressive blink may not actually work out too well. The Immortals are still alive. You blink forward, but then you don't focus down the Immortals. All you did was make it easier for them to slap your pathetic Stalkers. Second Void Ray pops out now. Should be able to help out. And they're going to vaporize the Cyclone. Team number 1, they're not dead. They're still alive. The issue is they're falling behind. Oh god, this is a dial-up pylon too. A few Zealots warping in. Just try to help out. Not going to help out very much against the Void Rays though. And there will be no recall. Do you recall? Recall? No? No? Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, we saved the Zealots. Rip Immortals. Okay. Well, team number 1 still alive, but hope, I'll say, is dwindling. They've fallen pretty far behind. Team number 2, both players are in progress with their third bases. And the scouting barracks, of course, still alive, an affront to all that team number 1 stands for. What's the production tab looking like? Oh, poor Blue. Blue is just struggling here to maintain any semblance. They really need to take an expansion. The mains are mining out at this point. If they don't expand, they're not going to have enough money to expand. And that's going to really seal the deal on any semblance of mid-game here. Purple going for a double command center. Second one's in the main base. Factories cranking out. We've shifted away from cyclones to widow mines because now we're going for the thumbnail material instead of a working army. Are they both really? Really? Okay, we're just gonna circumvent each other again here. Team number 1, Protoss combo. We'll surround the command center. Do you just cancel it? Yeah, I think so. Oh, Teal's gonna try. Teal's gonna try to get here for the defense, help out. Widow Mine's connecting with the Void Rays. Wonderful shots. And there we go. The thumbnail material you were hoping for, I'm sure. Widow Mines always make for good content. Great units, I'll say. Oh, GG's going out. Team number 1, they tried, it was a last-ditch effort. It was just, let's try to get what damage done we can because we're both behind. It's getting worse by the second, and Indigos is probably going to lose his patience, and nobody wants to deal with that, I'm sure. Congratulations, team number 2. Very action-packed match. I'd say wonderful chaos, solid teamwork. I think my favorite part has to be the SCV trying to repair the Stalker. A shout out, honorable mention to that, of course. Onwards now to the next match. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves on the Ghost River. Once again, familiar 1v1 territory. The blue drones here, player number 1, upper left corner. It is Max Z. God, the extractor tricks, really? Fancy Zerg. And their Protoss opponent. The red probes here, the upper right corner belongs to Skiemk. You want an assimilator trick? No. Of course not. No, why would we do that? Doesn't make any sense. Extractor trick and you still don't get to take your natural. How does that make you feel? You proud of yourself? You happy with your decisions? Well, luckily the Protoss just walks away, lets you have it, I suppose, so it'll work out in the end. Get to take their natural. Good grief. Fancy Zergs thinking they're getting ahead of the game here. Alright, I'm intrigued. BVZ, a matchup. Usually a little slow to start. I reserve the right to speed it up through the early portion. See what they're both going to do the next couple minutes. I expect to see a core go down. Hatch gas pool, of course, or should I say gas, cancel, hatch gas pool for the Zerg. So we'll get there eventually. We're mining gas now. Get the Ling speed, I'm sure. I like, of course, bonus point, Carbot, Zergling portrait here by the hatchery. Fantastic. Nothing for the Protoss, though. No fancy portraiture. Nothing next to the Nexus. No trophies. Haven't had any. The automated tournament winners lately? Do you remember those exist? Be honest with yourself. Log in at a certain time, play through the tournament, get a trophy next to your Nexus for a couple of months to feel good about yourself. Oh yeah, we've all thought about it. They're both playing dreadfully normal here. We'll speed it up just a little bit here while things unfold. I fully expect madness and chaos. What's our 8 PM's? Good God, this Zerg. Sit down. 173. What are you doing? I mean, moving some lings around, sure. Getting some decent vision. I like the scouting, of course. Protoss on the other side. They're going for their tech. They got the Stargate on the way. Extra gateway. Overlord here. Probably not going to want to stick around. Luckily, it's an Oracle coming. So. Third Nexus slapped down. good gosh, you two. They're playing so well. The Spore Crawler timing a little early, but I also don't fault it. You see the Oracle, so that's about as good as it can be. Roach Warren, Lair, likewise, just slightly early, but it's fine enough. Third Nexus. Forge is on the way. Would you stop at 2 Oracles? Okay, 2 Oracles. We don't want to go for more Oracles. Of course not, no. Turn on the disco ball. Nope. No disco attack. What's going on over here? Oh, Overlord being bullied. Picked up. Spores, yeah, they're slightly out of the mineral line here. Oh my word. 1 health? You... Oh god. Oh man, the Spore. That made me nervous. Here I was saying the Spore was slightly out of position. No, they're just anticipating the opponent will try to go behind the mineral line at some point. They're planning ahead, Indigos. They know what they're doing. Alright. So far, so good, I'll say. Protoss cutting it a little light on the army units, but they haven't seen a whole lot of threats from the Zerg yet to really want to do any major defense. The batteries, we do have a battery at the 3rd base, so fantastic, really. That's the best thing you can do, just have the Adept nearby, have some Stalkers at the ready, keep the battery alive. Changeling. Greetings, fellow Protoss. The Protoss should say, I don't have any Zealots. He's been found out. Didn't take too long, actually. Well done. Not too shabby, might I say. Now, Zerg player, we're making a lot of army units to not be at 3-base drone economy yet. Getting Ravagers, Roach Speed on the way. Do we already have +1? Getting +1 Carapace. Ooh. Try to help out both the Lings and the Roaches. I like the decision, actually, to be fair. Try to help out maybe against the... What did he do? Oh. No. Oh my gosh. He just sentenced to death. Like, Timmy dropped the Stalker shield on his way out the door, made everybody look bad, got them made fun of. Did you think it was a changeling? That'd be funny. Oh, Zealot cannot get in here. Not gonna find his way in. He's gonna keep trying though. Timmy, redeem yourself. Go pick off the changeling. Like, what if the Zerg have evolved their changeling potential? They can now disguise themselves as stalkers. What if you could choose what unit to disguise as? Similar to how sentries can choose their hallucination. Oh, wouldn't that be neat? The customization potential. Changeling battle cruiser. I suppose it'd probably have to be something biological. That's a good restriction, I think. Lings, speedlings here, zoom across the map. One of them, what skin is it? I don't remember the name of it. Simulant, right? Simulant Zerg skin. The Robo Zerg. I like them. I like them quite a bit. Zerg's posturing a bit here. Pressure the 4th base. This Protoss has been solid with their economy, I will say. Charge, do you have blink? Yeah, you do have blink, okay. Don't need to blink too much there. Zerg's gonna throw all their biles out. Commit to an attack here. The speedling's stuck behind the hungry roaches. That's not gonna be superb. Decent Zealot warping, helping out with the defense. The aggressive blink forward, though. Blinking right on top of the roaches. The lings are depleted. Zealots and Stalkers, they might be enough. Still a decent amount of Ravagers, though. Rotating around, posturing. The Zerg is on point with their changelings. we each have something that we're good at, that we focus on. Mine, of course, is being terrible, so I'm great at being terrible. This one, though, The changelings, that's what's important to them. They're constantly throwing them out. Keeping vision on the opponent. I like it. I like the decision. Behind this, decorative oracles. 1 kill, 2 kill, 7 kills. Oh, that's the 1 health oracle. They're still alive. Still kicking. Behind this, the Zerg's been up in the tech. I see the Hydra Den, of course. Macro hatch, too. Triple Evo. Fantastic. Really maximize the evolution potential. Protoss been up in their game, plus 3 attacks on the way. Archons have hit the field. Which, you know, I can't ever go wrong with Archons. Can't ever punish somebody for making Archons. I think I would have liked to see Storm, personally. Some form of splash damage that doesn't require the angry floating ball of energy to actually walk up into melee with the Roach Hydra. Even, you know, even Colossi. Colossi, they're not perfect, they're not ideal for this when there's a lot of roaches, but it's better than nothing. Oh, blinking around here, Archons stuck behind angry stalkers. Not like hungry roaches. The board game every Zerg wanted to play when they were young. Lurker Den on the way. Okay, I like it. More changelings hitting the field. Can I see how many? No, there's no way to track the changelings, I guess. We would have to have, like, kept tabs on how many they've had each time. How many have we seen? It's been, like, at least... Whoa. At least 7, I want to say. We had 2 initially, and then they've been coming in pairs, so maybe 6. Maybe 6, maybe more. I'm sure one of you fantastic, beautiful viewers has been keeping tabs on it for me. You'll let me know. More Archons on the way. I am loving the amount of Archons. Unfortunately, they're going to trip over each other into a field of 11 Lurkers. Do we have detection? There is an observer here. There's 1 observer and a warp prism. Archon juggling. Not quite as effective as immortal juggling, maybe in this case, but we can still get it done. Zealot run by. Go after them. Pull the Zerg out of position. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. The Zerg's ready to get out of position all on their own. The Warp Prism will be picked off immediately. I think you just back up, right? I don't think you take the fight with this many Lurkers. The Zealot's doing great work, picking off some drones. Total drone losses, 10. 10 drones killed off. Okay. Solid. I think some of those were the Oracles, though. Wasn't all the Zealots. The Protoss. Okay. Okay, very good. Backing up. What's the choice? You going air? Okay. Fleet Beacon. Double Stargate on the way. Look at everybody making good decisions. This is awful. What kind of viewer game is this? This is way too good. Everybody staying calm, moving up in the tech. Zerg's drone count's a bit low, but they'll get there eventually, maybe. Maybe. The field of Lurkers doing good. 10 Lurkers. We lost 1 at some point. Oh, is it go time? Oh no. I think gosh, it's tough because, you know, when you know the Protoss didn't commit, you know they're probably doing something. They're going to either go up into carriers, get disruptors, maybe Tempest, so you kind of feel like you have to go. You feel pressured. You feel pressed to get a bit of damage done. It's a lot of Lurkers and not much else, though. Still just 10. There's 14 Hydras. It doesn't look like there are 14 Hydras here, though. I think they're on their way. Lurkers will burrow. Do they have their upgrades? No, they don't have the Lurker upgrades. Unfortunate. The blink forward, that's a very ambitious move. Maybe trying to just blink over to the overcharge. The Lurker's not very well protected. They're going to get surrounded and kind of just walked over by the Archons. Are there any observers? There's 1, and I'm guessing it's here because everything has been trashed. Oh yeah, it was just off to the south. The Lurker field is gone. The Zerg makes the classic mistake of leaving their base. They really should have probably added something like Vipers into this, something to help control the field of battle and not run into the Protoss' base to then get surrounded. Force the Protoss into more of a funneled area, kind of slow crawl. Oh, we're going to try again though. More lurkers on PP. Wait, somebody had to pause and then say go. That's a lot of lurkers, Batman. 11 more lurkers on the way. The carriers will show themselves, and I think that's just going to be the end of this. There's no contest. Well, there's also no detection, so nobody can hit each other. Well, if you unburrow the lurkers, that's going to make it quite a bit easier. And just run them into the ground army. What happened to the observer? Did the observer die? I'm guessing so, because there's nothing here. There's no detection. Well, the lurkers will keep the ground army away, but 3 carriers is... Oh god, the observer does finally show up. That's going to really just seal the deal. Hydras do show themselves, able to focus down one of the carriers, but the ground army now can take over the lurker field. Decent amount of Hydra still, but just pure Hydra. The Archons are practically matching them in numbers. Good God. Well done, both players. Congratulations, of course, to the Protoss. That was a wonderful, very traditional game. I'm impressed both with the Protoss' decision-making of not running their army into a field of lurkers and the Zerg for making multiple fields of lurkers. So thank you very much for the submission, and thank you so much for watching. I hope that you all have a great day.